I am from Chicago. I was born and raised in Chicago. I live in Los Angeles. I've been there for 9 years. And yeah, this is based in Chicago, a little bit in Jordan, but it's primarily in Chicago. It's a cross-cultural Arab-American family drama, 183-page black and white pen and ink graphic novel. I wrote the story. I directed the art. Art was done by an amazing illustrator by the name of Greg Houston out of MBM Publishing. He did, his first book was Vatican Hustle, which he wrote himself, and then his second book was The Elephant Man.
Fine, so you've kind of gone from not only doing the acting side of things, now you're getting into the writing and with comics. Is that a new venue for you? And I guess, how did this story kind of come about? Is it based, from what I'm reading?
Inspired by true events.
Right, that's what I mean. It's more about true events, things that have happened. How far does this kind of chronicle your life-wise?
It revolves around a time in my life. I was 9 years old in 1992. My father was murdered. And that's what really triggered the story. And that's the event that revolves around the story and that propels the story. And there are events that take place that are obviously true. The part that was fiction was I guess the heart of the story, which is the relationship between a little boy and his mentor, who basically inspires him and teaches him to become an artist, who is suffering a diabetes and goes blind, and basically calls on him to help him finish his last painting. But I wrote this. I come from a film background. I wrote this as a screenplay, and I work with Wayne Kramer on a film called Crossing Over. And he was talking about a script that he wrote that he wanted to make into a graphic novel. He's an amazing illustrator himself, but he was talking about wanting to, he does all his own storyboards, he's brilliant. And he was talking about wanting to work with an illustrator himself and adapt into a graphic novel before making into a film. And it just kind of, lit up a light bulb in my head. I was thinking, that's amazing. It's a great way for me to conceptualize my story. I want to make it into a film. That's kind of my, first and foremost, my passion for the story. And I've always loved comic books growing up, and of course there are graphic novels and comic books that are outside the superhero realm, but I wasn't really as aware of them until I started to think about that, and it just was a great way for me to conceptualize my story and my vision by doing this, and I definitely recommend it to future filmmakers because it's like. And the reason why I think a lot of graphic novels are made into movies nowadays is because when you make a graphic novel, you're conceptualizing, literature, whether it's in a screenplay or in a book or in any form, and you're forced to answer all these unanswered questions, and that goes into making a film, and so that's why it's a great blueprint.
That having this being based so much on your life, I mean, when you were going through and writing this, what kind of emotions, and what were you going through? How long did it take? Yeah.
It's been very helpful creating it, but sharing it, I have to admit, is proving to be so much more cathartic. It's because, especially if for people who've lost someone close to their lives too, I feel like there's a common understanding too of a life of a loved one after their death, because there's still a life that goes on. There's a relationship that goes on, I think, with someone when you lose someone close to you, and that really helped me, and I people that read it that have lost someone close to them are able to relate on that fact, and that's that's a beautiful thing for me to experience as a writer.
I mean, this obviously is your first book that you've written. You've come from an acting background. Do you see yourself dueling up, doing more acting as well as more comic book writing, trying to get in with, maybe other indie presses, other stories you have to tell?
My agents and managers would be very upset if I said no. So yes, I'm going to do more acting work. I love acting. Acting's my first love, and it allowed me to do this. Acting is an amazing craft, and it allowed me to do this. Allowed me to become the artist that I aspire to be, and I will forever be an actor. And whatever opportunities come, we shall see. I'm actually working on a short film here that is being developed into a feature called Chicago Mirage, which is also a cross-cultural Arab-American film directed by Sayed Bedrea. He was an Iron Man. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a really great story. And I'm playing a really cool part in it. I'm very excited about it. And it's So it's stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'm definitely going to audition hopefully for stuff and continuing on that path as an actor. I have taken a lot of focus away from it because of the book. I can't deny that. But I definitely would like to focus more on it more in the future. I want to make this into a film first and foremost and distribute the book. And actually, there's going to be the first Comic-Con in the Middle East in Abu Dhabi.
Wow. Very cool.
It is going to be hopefully in September. And we keep you posted more on that. You can go to mefilm and comiccon.com and learn more about it. And we'll keep you posted about it. And so I'm translating in Arabic, and that's already done. The Italian's done. And I want to translate it in as many languages as possible. I just commissioned the Japanese translation, and we're hopefully going to be at Comic-Con in Tokyo. God bless everyone in Japan. Many blessings. All the very best, and hope to see you guys in August.
I'm sure you have an internet presence. Where can they go to buy your book online, to find out more about you, your upcoming roles, previous roles that you've been in, so we can get more word out about you?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, you go to MerikTadros.com. You can go to riverjordan.co. We did not forget the M. I keep saying this. It was not a misprint. .co. And you can you find me on Facebook, River Jordan Graphic Novel. I believe it's www.facebook/riverjordan1, number 1. And Twitter at Merik Tadros. So yeah, definitely stalk me. on Twitter.
On Twitter. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Merik. We'll definitely spread the word, get you out there on YouTube. So thanks very much.
Yeah.
We got to support Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to support Chicago.
Agreed. Yeah. Welcome, Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Very excited. Very excited. Change. Yeah, change.
So excellent. Well, thanks again, Merik. I appreciate your time. We'll get you spread out. I'll start tweeting about you right now. So check your phone. And thank you guys for watching My Remote Radio.
Thank you guys. All the best.